start, right?
Just let's give it one more minute.
Okay.
Okay, Haiyan, go ahead.
Good evening. It is March 24, 5:30 p.m. Welcome everyone to a virtual public information workshop from the Florida Department of Transportation, District 4, for State Rule 9, I-95 northbound off the ramp, and the Belvidere Road. Financial Project ID 439759-1-52-01. My name is Haiyan Oh, and I am the FDOT Project Manager. The FDOT Communications Manager is Guillermo Cañedo, and here is the moderator, Nanita Rodriguez.
Good evening and welcome to the State Road 9 I-95 at Belvidere northbound off-ramp virtual public information workshop. Today is March 24th and it is 5:30 p.m. My name is Nanette Rodriguez and I am the Public Information Officer for this project and will serve as your moderator this evening. Before we get going, I'd like to acknowledge any elected officials joining us this evening. If you are joining us, I don't see any right now, but if you could please raise your hand. We have Thomas Conboy. Welcome. Anybody else? Thank you. Anybody from any agencies on the meeting? Seeing none. Again, thank you for joining us this evening. We're also going to go through some little housekeeping here. Rules of engagement. First, you will go over those rules. We'll have a project overview and the speakers. We'll take a look at the project location, existing conditions, the proposed improvements of the scope of work of the project, the maintenance of traffic, and a project schedule and cost. It will be followed by questions and answers. Due to the state of emergency declared by Governor DeSantis in Executive Order 2052 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting is authorized to be held virtually and not in person. We are using the GoToWebinar meeting platform for the meeting. There is no cost to the public to log in or to dial in to participate. Before we start the presentation, I will share a few items with you to participate in this meeting. You should all have a menu on your screen, on your computer or on your device screen, something that looks like this on the screen. In the upper right, usually on the upper right corner, but you can also move it. To listen to the meeting, your computer or device are selected by default. If you prefer to listen by phone, select telephone in the audio pane of the control panel and dial in using the information displayed. For those who dialed into this meeting on a telephone line and are viewing a hard copy of the slide presentation, you can also download that presentation was available on the project website as well as in the handout section of your menu. So if you would like, if you are on this meeting, you can actually download the PDF of the presentation so that you can have a copy as well and follow through that way. All attendees will be placed in listen-only mode throughout the meeting. You can submit your comments or questions by typing them into the questions pane or on the control panel. That is also one of the drop-downs on that menu that you see on your screen. Comments or questions can be submitted at any time during the meeting. We will collect those and provide responses as best as possible. For responses that we cannot respond to at this meeting, we will get back to you with those responses. If you happen to experience any technical issues during the meeting, please type the issue in the question pane on the control panel, also another drop-down on your menu. Staff will do their best to assist you. This meeting is being recorded and will be available after the meeting. The recording of the meeting will also be posted on the project website. Public notice for this virtual public meeting included information on how to access this meeting platform. It was provided in letters to property owners and tenants of the project area, a posting in the Florida Administrative Register, in emails to persons in the project contact list, and on social media feeds. The Florida Department of Transportation is required to comply with various non-discrimination laws and regulations, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express concerns about the Title VI may do so by contacting either the Department of Transportation District 4 Title VI Coordinator or the Florida Department of Transportation Statewide Title VI Coordinator. Those contacts are on your screen. You can also express your information on the DOT's Equal Opportunity webpage, and that webpage is also shown on your screen. The department encourages public to participate in this meeting by submitting comments or questions. There are multiple ways to do this during the meeting. Like I said, you could put them on the question pane. You could also raise your hand and we will try to get to you after the presentation. If you dialed in by using a telephone line, you could submit your comments after the meeting by using the mail, email, or telephone information shown on this slide. There is also a comment form in the handout section of this meeting. So if you'd like to download the comment card, you can do so as well and mail it back to us. All responses to comments and questions will be provided at a later date if they're not able to be addressed today. All comments and questions submitted through these options are part of the public record for this virtual meeting and will be considered by the department during project decision making. The recording of this meeting will be linked to a follow-up email to all persons having registered for the meeting. Again, the project recording, the presentation recording will also be available on the project website. The public comment period will remain open through April 7th to accommodate the public who may view the meeting or the video after the live event. We are here today to discuss the proposed improvements for the State Road 9 I-95 at Belvidere northbound off-ramp. Members of the project team who will be presenting information during this meeting are Kathy Laho and Sean Connor. And now let me turn it over to Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you, Nanette. Thank you, Nanette, and good evening, everyone. I just wanted to announce again, yes, my name is Kathy Laho, and I am the consultant project manager for this project. The purpose of this project is to enhance traffic operations and alleviate congestion that's currently experienced at the State Road 9 I-95 northbound exit ramp approaching Belvidere Road. This project is located a little over a mile east of the Palm Beach International Airport, and the proposed improvements are intended to add capacity and storage for the right turn movement onto eastbound Belvidere Road. Improvements do include adding a second right turn lane on the northbound off-ramp, and to provide shoulders. We will be widening, milling, and resurfacing the existing northbound off-ramp and eastbound Belvidere Road. We will provide new mass storm assembly and pedestrian countdown signals, so there'll be an improved signalized intersection. And we will also be implementing wrong-way driving countermeasures at on the off-ramp. In addition to that, upgrades of signing and pavement marking and lighting to LED will also be part of the project, and minor modifications to drainage, the sidewalk, and curbing gutter impacted along eastbound Belvedere Road that is impacted to accommodate the second right turn lane. Next slide, please. Okay, on this slide, you see our project location map, which is oriented with the north facing to the right side of your screen. And the project is located in the city of West Palm Beach, and our project begins along northbound I-95. And it's at milepost 0.657 as noted on the left side of your screen. And it continues on to eastbound Belvedere Road and ends at milepost 0.284. As I mentioned earlier, this project is located just over a mile from the Palm Beach International Airport. And to give you further information on the project scope and traffic control information is our engineer of record, Mr. Sean Connor.
Thank you, Kathy. Here you can see the project in its existing conditions, where the northbound ramp provides a 2-lane roadway with 12-foot travel lanes. As the northbound ramp approaches the intersection with Belvedere Road, it widens to provide 2 westbound turn lanes and 1 eastbound turn lane. At the intersection, eastbound Belvedere Road provides 2 11-foot travel lanes. Please switch to slide 16. Here you can see the proposed conditions where the northbound ramp will maintain 2 12-foot travel lanes, but will be widened as it approaches Belvedere Road to provide a 12-foot shoulder, 2 12-foot left turn lanes, 2 12-foot right turn lanes, and a 12-foot shoulder on the outside. Additionally, you can see new wrong-way signs and wrong-way arrows placed along the northbound ramp. The new wrong-way signs and arrows are being provided as an added safety feature to limit potential hazards caused by wrong-way traffic. Please switch to slide 17. This slide provides the existing typical section along the northbound ramp from the start of the project to the intersection with Belvedere Road. The existing typical section shows the conditions as they are currently. From left to right, there's a 2-foot paved shoulder, 2 12-foot left turn lanes, a gore that varies from 0 to 39 feet, a 0 to 12-foot right turn lane, and a 2 to 4-foot shoulder. Please switch to slide 18. This slide provides the existing typical section along eastbound Belvedere Road. From left to right, there's the existing Type E curb and gutter, 2 11-foot travel lanes, an existing Type F curb and gutter, and a 5-foot sidewalk. Please switch to slide 19. This slide provides the proposed typical section for the work along the northbound ramp, from the start of the ramp to the intersection with Belvedere Road. From left to right, you have a 12-foot shoulder, 10-foot paved, 2 12-foot left turn lanes, a variable gore, 2 0 to 12-foot right turn lanes, and a 12-foot shoulder, 10-foot paved on the right-hand side. Please switch to slide 20. Here's the proposed typical section for the work along eastbound Belvedere Road. From left to right are a new Type E curb and gutter, 2 11 to 15-foot travel lanes, a Type F curb and gutter, and a 6-foot concrete sidewalk. Please switch to slide 21. Here you can see the proposed traffic control typical sections. The construction along the project will be divided into 4 separate phases. On this slide, you can see the maintenance of traffic on the northbound ramp during phase 1. During this phase, there will be widening and other improvements on the west side of the northbound ramp. A 12-foot left turn lane and a 0 to 12-foot right turn lane will be maintained during this phase. Please switch to slide 22. On this slide, you can see the maintenance of traffic on the northbound ramp during phase 2. During this phase, there will be widening and other improvements on the east side of the northbound ramp. 2 12-foot left turn lanes and a 0 to 12-foot right turn lane will be maintained during this phase. Please switch to slide 23. On this slide, you can see the maintenance of traffic on the northbound ramp during phase 3. During this phase, there will be milling and resurfacing and other improvements on the existing outside left-hand turn lane, the Gore, and the existing right-hand turn lane. A 10-foot left turn lane and a 0 to 10-foot right turn lane will be maintained during this phase. Please switch to slide 24. On this slide, you can see the maintenance of traffic on the northbound ramp during phase 4. During this phase, there will be milling and resurfacing within the existing inside left-hand turn lane along the northbound ramp. A 10-foot left turn lane and 2 0 to 12-foot right-hand turn lanes will be maintained during this phase. Please switch to slide 25. On this slide, you can see the maintenance of traffic on eastbound Belvedere Road during phase 1. During this phase, there will be widening, milling, resurfacing, and other improvements on the existing inside lane and median along Belvedere Road. A 10-foot through lane will be maintained during this phase. Please switch to slide 26. On this slide, you can see phase 2 of construction along eastbound Belvedere Road. During this phase, there will be widening, milling, and resurfacing and other improvements on the south side of Belvedere Road. A 10 to 14-foot through lane will be maintained during this phase. Please switch over to slide 27, where I'll turn it to Kathy Lahu.
Thanks, John. And on this slide, you'll see our project schedule and costs, and we'll share some of the project milestones. The project letting is scheduled for July 27, 2022, and construction is scheduled to begin fall of 2022 with an anticipation end date of winter of 2023. The construction cost for this project is at $2.2 million. And with that, we've presented the proposed improvements today, which, as we mentioned, will alleviate the congestion at that intersection and improve capacity as well as storage for the right turn movement. With that, we would be opening the presentation to any other questions, but I'll hand this over to Nanette so she could explain any other procedures before we start that next stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean and Kathy. Thank you so much for that presentation. And thank you everybody for attending today's meeting and bearing with us as we went through the presentation. Please, as I mentioned earlier, if you joined us after the introductions, you could type in your comments or questions in the question pane on your menu, on your go-to menu. Again, the department invites you to comments and questions. You can also do it here at the meeting, or you can actually email Haiyan Oh, who's our project manager. At her email is shown on the screen. It's HAIYAN.OU@dot.state.fl.us. You could also mail in your comments. There's a comment card attached to the handouts of this meeting that you can download as well, or you could just send a note to 3400 West Commercial Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33309. Or you can call your questions or comments to 954-777-4641. The project website is listed on the bottom of your screen. It is also linked in the chat area of this go-to menu as well. You will also be receiving a short survey following the meeting. We hope you will complete that survey and provide your feedback to us. On behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation and our presenters, thank you, and we will now start taking questions. Maria, do we have any questions coming in? It is quiet, yes.
Not yet, Nanette.
Or how about any comments regarding the project?
Actually, I do see a question coming in about the maintenance of the existing palm trees. So I'd like to go ahead and answer that. The proposed improvements along the ramp have palm trees, and also there's some impacts to a few trees that are in the median. This area is going to be any trees that are impacted by the proposed improvements will be relocated further back within the limited access right away. So if you go actually to slide, let's just show the proposed improvement slide, which I believe was slide 16. Right. So there are some trees along the northbound exit ramp close to the shoulder that's being widened. And due to that, those proposed improvements, they need to be set back, as well as on the west side of the northbound ramp, we also have some trees that will be relocated and set back. In the median, like I was mentioning, of eastbound Belvedere Road, there are a few trees because of the reconfiguration that we need to do to accept the right turn lane. There will be some relocation of those trees, but yet within the same median.
Thank you, Kathy. Does that answer your question?
And we have another question from the same person. The maintenance has not been occurring. The vegetation is overgrown and the stormwater ponds are green and nasty.
Okay, with right now, this area is maintained by the city of West Palm Beach. So the existing maintenance agreement that the department has with them would be in effect to the same for the same landscape or existing landscape and the relocated trees that are out there now. So I will bring up your concern to the department to coordinate, and also coordinate with the city of West Palm Beach responsible for the maintenance of this area.
Thank you. Does that answer your question? And do you have any other follow-up questions? Again, let me just remind everybody that in the handout section, there is a copy of this presentation, as well as a comment form to fill out any comments or questions that you may have after the meeting, and you can either mail those back, or the information for the project manager is also on that form.
And now we do have a follow-up, another question. Is there an effort to provide a guardrail on the southbound exit where we have had traffic fatalities?
I'll go ahead. This is Kathy again, the consultant project manager. I know that there is this would be a separate ramp for DOT. It actually is a separate project that will be coming up that will be addressing the southbound exit ramp at Belvedere Road. I do believe it includes several different safety improvements. And what we could do is share with you the information of that project, give you a little bit more on that. But it is not part of this particular project. It would be a separate project that will address the southbound off-ramp.
Thank you. Why did we only get our notice in the mail 2 days ago?
The project flyers were mailed out about 2-3 weeks ago. We assured that everybody did receive their notifications prior to the meeting. And again, if this information, the presentation will be available on the project website, and the comment period will be open until April 7th. A video of this presentation will be available as well online. Any other questions or comments?
I'm not seeing any more at this time.
Thank you, Beth.
We have another one. You mentioned the maintenance is being performed by the city of West Palm Beach. What about the vegetation growing from the walls on the roadway? Of the roadway?
Kathy, you may be muted.
Yeah, I just unmuted myself, sorry. To get clarification, are you referring to the noise walls or you're talking about the I-95 MSC walls? Is that what you're referring to? Okay. Again, that we can take your concern and present that to the department. This is really a design improvement project, so we're focused on the operations, but we will address this concern with the department.
He said excellent, so thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Yeah, just as a reminder, all comments and questions at this public meeting are public record, and they will all be, bundled into the project information for this project as we move along.
We do have another one. Does the city maintain the stormwater ponds as well?
No, it's my understanding that's within the limited access right away. The city is taking care of the landscape portion along the ramp, but I do not believe that they have the agreement for the ponds. But I honestly need to check. I know the pond isn't on the opposite. I'm assuming you're talking about the one north of the project, and I would need to really look to see which agency is responsible for that. I'm not sure if it's within another maintenance agreement that the city may have, but what we looked at was a landscape maintenance agreement for this area. So I would have to get.
Again, as a reminder,
There are 3 ponds associated with the interconnect.
Yes, there are various ponds for the drainage system of the interchange. I would have to get back to you on the answer of the maintenance of that area.
again, for any comments or questions that are coming in that we cannot answer at today's meeting, we will follow up with you after the meeting via email through your registration email. Or if you would like to leave your number or your another contact information in the chat or question area, we will get back to you as well. Thank you.
And I think this is just a follow-up comment. The gentleman says, thank you. They have never been maintained as far as I can tell. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. And again, we'll get back to you on the answers that we could not answer right now.
I am not seeing any additional questions or comments. Thank you.
Okay, we'll just give it a couple more minutes. And again, as a reminder, I have on the screen is the project manager contact information, Haiyan Oh. Her contact information is on there. The project website, again, is in the chat area of the portal. And there are also handouts that also include the website for the project. Again, a recording of this meeting will be uploaded to the project website, and an email will follow up to those registered for this meeting to receive that recording. And also, again, the public comment period is open until April 7th. Okay, we're going to give it one more last try. Any other additional questions or comments before we close out the meeting? Last call.
I am not seeing any additional questions, Nanette.
Okay, with
Thank
that, yes, no, thank you, Beth, for checking on that. Again, thank you, Kathy and Sean and Haiyan for this valuable presentation regarding the I-95 northbound off-ramp at Belvedere Road project. Again, thank you all for those who attended tonight. Again, a follow-up email will go to those that were registered to the meeting, and as well to the information will be posted on the project website. Thank you so much, and everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you.